The supervisors are literally like escorting me to downstairs to the principal's office, and the cops are there.
No.
Yes, dude.
I actually finally experienced actually training somebody, and it was actually a great...
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. ¿Cómo están, amigas? I know that we didn't upload. I think it was the beginning of March.
It was the beginning of March, but we did finally upload that episode, and we're so sorry. Things just got very hectic. Danny just came back from New York, and I've just been doing my thing with working and hustling.
But before we jump into what we were doing, what are you doing right now? Comment down below. I need to know, because I know a couple of you last week said that you guys were cleaning. So good job.
Bravo.
Ya no estás apestoso.
Ew, ya no huele.
But yes, good job. Sometimes you need a little congratulations for cleaning the house, because it is a really big accomplishment. To keep a house clean, it takes a village.
It really does take a village. Even though I don't have much space, I actually have to get started with cleaning out all of my shit, just because soon they are going to be basically removing carpet from my room. They're going to be adding tile or hardwood flooring or something like that. I know that's a sign that I need to do a little deep cleaning in my closet of all the clothes that I swear I'm gonna wear again, but I'm realistically not gonna wear again, and it's just hard to let go clothes. That's the thing.
It is.
But it's okay though. We're gonna get there soon. But of course, as mentioned, Danny just came back from New York. Tell us the experience, baby, because
you guys,
girl.
I don't know if the YouTube video or the vlog has been already up, but Alan did vlog it, and it's gonna come out in 2 parts. Hopefully he uploads it soon. He's been a little too busy. I already helped him cutting it. He kind of just has to put the funny stuff. I had so much fun. I feel like this trip around was so perfect. Like, I promise you, I've never had like a perfect trip other than when we went to Universal Studio Orlando. But I feel like lately I've noticed how much I just enjoy traveling just with Alan, and I feel like also it's because he does give me a lot of attention.
Attention seeker.
But no, for real though, it's because like sometimes when we're here home, like he be giving his attention to a lot of other things other than me. So sometimes it feels a little good when he just pays attention to me. Overall, I feel like it was just a really perfect trip. We didn't complain about anything. Like, everything was planned accordingly. We wanted to do things that we both wanted to do, and if we didn't want to and we just wanted to go straight up to the hotel and just chill, we did. And we didn't have anybody hassling about like, oh, let's go do this, and we didn't want to. You know, I love going to New York. Everything was just perfect about it. The view, the weather, the food. We ate a lot of pizza over there, which I don't understand why we ate a lot of pizza, but you know, as long as we ate something, because sometimes when we go to New York, we do forget to eat because we're always trying to drink. But this time around, it didn't feel like a drinking trip. It felt like a trip to enjoy. So when we were hungry, we were like, let's just stop what we're doing and let's go get something to eat, and while we're eating, we'll figure out what to do next, and we'll just enjoy it. But I had a really good trip. I feel like I could have stayed a couple more days.
Honestly, I thought you guys were really gonna stay there for a few more days and do a lot more sightseeing, because this time you guys did do more sightseeing.
Yes.
You guys did travel a lot to more different areas where you guys haven't done and everything. It was just more relaxed vibes. And if you guys did stay a few days, you would have probably had the chance to see Gaga over there, because if you guys didn't know, Lady Gaga came out with her new album, and in New York she did like a whole, like, what was it, a release album?
She was already getting ready for like a release album party, and I already knew the day that it was gonna be, but we couldn't stay extra days because we know that we had a lot of things that we had to do back at the house. When we were planning the New York trip, it just didn't make sense for us to stay like the first 3 days be like with the brand that flew us out, and then the next couple of days would be us. I don't know, it just didn't make sense at the time, but now I think it would have.
It would have, for sure. I agree. But I'm happy that you guys had an amazing trip. I did end up house sitting, so she was just there taking care of the doggies. Your doggies did miss you a lot, I'm not gonna lie.
I felt their vibe all the way over there.
For sure. No, honestly, whenever you guys go leave on a trip, the dogs are always just looking at the door. And they're just like, they're waiting. And then Ralph, low-key, he does have a little bit of separation anxiety from you guys, because he would shake a little bit whenever we would head upstairs, because he would be be thinking like, oh, I'm not going to sleep with my papas. But then when he would come sleep with me, that's when he would be like, okay, at least she's still here, at least.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy that you guys were able to have a moment together. And again, this was part of your guys' Valentine's trip as well. So you guys did at least accomplish that. But what was your highlight of the trip, though?
I feel like my highlight of the trip was definitely when we were walking literally to the Brooklyn Bridge, to Dumbo, to, I don't know if you saw the little beach area where they have like the carousel under the Brooklyn Bridge. So I feel like all of that was my favorite because it was just us doing just us. You know, we were just like chilling, talking, smoking, and, you know, just having a great time. But I feel like that was the most memorable. And I have to admit, the Broadway show, but it's just because the Broadway show was really fucking
Girl,
good.
you can never, if you're going to New York, you have to at least go to one Broadway show.
And I always say it's really worth it. If you are thinking about doing a Broadway show, I think it's always worth it to do the first couple of rows. They're a little expensive, yes, but like I said, it's worth it because it just feels more like in your face. Yeah, it feels like you're not watching like from far away. It kind of looks like a TV, but like when you look closely, you're like, oh my God, 3-dimensional. Like, it's real. You can touch them. I can literally see the actor spitting when he was talking.
He was like,
no, I swear. I
all
swear.
spits in your face?
It's because he was like saying these lines that were very like, you know? So he was spitting a lot. So I could see that. And I like that. I'm a very theatrical person. So I love to see like the behind the scenes and, you know, when they fuck up, like I can notice all those little things. So definitely if you do a Broadway show in New York or any type of like a theatrical show, I always say to do the first couple of rows because it's totally worth it.
Exactly. Even though it's expensive, you're going to New York regardless. New York is already expensive. So you should have saved up enough money, baby. Okay. But as mentioned, I was house sitting. I was actually getting some work done, not on my socials, unfortunately. As you guys can see, I've been a little MIA. Castígame, por favor. Punch me through the screen. Castígame down in the fucking comments below because I know I deserve it. So I'm so sorry. As mentioned, I have been doing Amazon Flex. And Amazon Flex lately, it has been doing me so good, especially when I've been needing my money like immediately at that moment. I actually finally experienced actually training somebody and it was a great experience. And how this happened was obviously when you work for Amazon Flex, you have to go to the facility where you go and there is parking for all of the drivers. And mind you, when it's early in the morning, it's packed. There's a fila just to get into the parking lot. And the only reason why it gets packed is because people want to park right by the doors. But obviously, like, people are going in and out. They're not leaving anytime soon. So they're just parked there and stalling the traffic. So literally you have to go like all around, like, bitch, make sure that you're not hitting anybody or anything, and park all the way to the other side. I parked, I go inside, I have to go scan my ID, and I have to go grab my car. I go back to my fucking car. And while I was going back to my car, mind you, these carts are a little tedious to work with. You have to be very specific with like locking the wheels in the front and everything. And there was this lady that was walking down and she was struggling so hard. And I was already pushing my cart. Arrepiente, se cae todo su pinche carro.
All the orders and everything?
All the orders. And this is heavy shit.
Yeah.
This is heavy.
It's like industrial
and pobrecita señora también, porque ella, she was probably like in her 40s, 50s and stuff. So say ella sí se lastimó el mano or whatever. So everybody just rushed and like I obviously helped her out too. I put the wheels off properly for her so it could be easier for her to pull it and everything. And then when I went to my car, another car pulled up next to me and this girl comes out and she looked confused, right? And I was just doing my thing. If many of you guys don't know, to keep yourself organized, you scan them and you write the number of what the number drop off is. So that's what I was doing. And this girl next to me, she was like, hey, you know, it's my first time. By any chance, can you help me? Like, what do I have to do? And I was like, yeah, of course. I got you. What's going on? All right, let me see your app. Let's go right ahead and open that. Go right ahead and verify yourself because you have to take a picture of yourself to make sure it's you. And then once you get that, make sure you have your license and go inside. And there's going to be a kiosk where you have to scan your ID. And that's when you're going to grab your cart. There are people inside of there, so they're going to go right ahead and help you out if you need any help. So go do that. She did her thing. She came back with the cart and she was like, okay, I got my cart. Like, what do I do? And that's when I just started explaining to her, there's a way to keep yourself organized. Keep your 1 to 10 packages over here, your 10 to 30 in the middle, and then all the rest in the back, or any big packages that you want in the back. Do you have a pen? And she was like, oh, yes, I do. So then you're going to be scanning each one and you're going to mark which package it is. And that's how you're going to be organizing it. And since it is at night, I did tell her, I was like, okay, depending on the area, no matter what, you still have to be cautious. Doesn't matter what city we're everywhere, we always have to be cautious of our surroundings. So please make sure you have a pepper spray with you. Please make sure you have something to protect yourself, because you never know what could happen late at night, especially like that. Before she went into the facility, I was like, make sure that you also get a vest and a maintain distance driver stops frequently. So you could put it on the back of your car. So just in case cars don't like ram into you or anything of that sort. And she's like, oh, okay, got it. Easily, ella lo hizo, bien, bien, bien. When I was done, she was still doing her thing. I had to go back into the facility because one of the packages didn't have a sticker thingy on it and the package was ripped. I had to go back in there so they could fix it. Since I noticed that she didn't grab the vest or the little maintenance thingy, I ended up getting a vest for her and the thingy. So I went back outside and I was like, hey, I got you a vest here and this thingy. So just make sure that you have it on, just so when people look into the camera, they're like, okay, it's an Amazon person, and they're not very sus about it. Lately, it's just been a really great experience. I just like the fact that I'm able to make my own schedule. That's just the bonus about it. And I just love it so, so much. It's been such a great experience for sure. I've been canceling the shifts that I've been scheduling because I usually try to do it a week ahead, or it lets you do it at least 4 days ahead, just so you could set your schedule. And I just book it just to make sure if I don't have anything that day, all right, I have something to do then. Yeah. That's my backup. You have to make sure that you forfeit the block if you're not going to be able to make it, or you make sure you don't miss your block, because it will put you at risk to not be able to do deliveries anymore. And it actually did pop up red on my end the day before, actually.
So you're going to get fired.
So I was going to get fired from Amazon. Bitch, no. But once I actually started forfeiting the blocks properly, that's when my account went back to good standing. And we're set and everything, guys. So overall, if you guys are trying to make extra money and you guys really do want to try to make this work go off, I highly recommend it. Just know that you are going to be using your own car and you are going to be putting in your gas and everything, but just know there is benefits with it, at least, because you are working with your own schedule. And if you finish sooner, you're able to finish sooner. And if you finish más tarde, it's okay, because at the end of the day, the packages still have time frames like an hour after from when your shift ends that they're expecting the package to be delivered. Overall, it's been such a great experience. I've been loving it so much. I just really need to work on my time management, because bitch, this sleep is not fucking it. And to tell y'all, it made me notice a lot about my time management. And just to tell y'all, like, my time management is just not the greatest. And I feel like a lot of you guys could relate to that. When I was house sitting, I would do my shifts at night. It wasn't horrible. The only thing that I will say that I newly kind of experienced with the Amazon Flex is I officially got my first order, which was not in OC and not in fucking Riverside or Corona. It was all the way in Downey, girl. And to tell y'all, you know, it wasn't horrible, but it was a bit of a drive. I was just like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting to drive all the way over here. Like, this already taking up most of my gas. But when I finished that shift the next day, it actually gave me a $15 bonus. Apart from what the pay that I got. And from that shift, I think it was $96 that I got paid for that shift. And then another new thing that I've noticed too, I remember when I said, when you miss a shift, it doesn't give you like an alert or anything. Well, girl, it does. I haven't been checking my emails, and I just recently been checking my emails, and it's been saying like, hey, make sure that you cancel your shift if you can't make it. Hey, make sure that you cancel it 45 minutes before if you can't make it. Or, hey, you missed your block. Because I've noticed also with my time management that when I would do these days consecutively, I would knock out throughout the fucking day, and I would still knock out at night, and I haven't been able to wake up through my alarms. I've been sleeping through my alarms. And so when I feel like I'm like, oh shit, me despierta arrepiente, it's already like 10 minutes that I have to be with my shift, and I'm already like, girl, I'm already late. Like, it's already a 25-minute drive to get to the location from my house. So knowing that time frame, I was like, fuck, I fucked up. I get mad at myself because I'm like, fuck, that's easy money. I should have fucking done it. I should have gotten up earlier. I should have fucking woken up. But Danny actually gave me a great suggestion, which was wearing my watch to sleep and putting my alarms that way. And I will say that helped out so much. So if you guys struggle with waking up early in the morning with your phone alarms itself, because I know we usually have it like under our pillow, or we have it like right next to us on our dresser, and sometimes we don't hear it, the alarm on your watch will literally vibrate on your hand. So you will literally feel it, and it has helped.
Wait, question really quick. You sleep with your phone under your pillow?
Honestly, I do sometimes, yes.
You're not supposed to do that.
Why?
It can heat up and burn and explode.
Really?
And you can cause yourself cancer too.
Oh my God, I'm
Isn't that too? Because like, yeah, you're not even. I hate when you put your phone on your titties.
I know, but it's because the girl. You have to understand. Like with us girls, they don't make pocket friendly pants or like outfits like that.
I know,
and they're like
but
really tiny
like,
as
you could
fuck.
get like breast cancer.
I know, dude. I need to go get checked out soon just to make sure. Obviously, we all need to make sure that we're okay and everything.
That's why sometimes when I put my phone in, like when I'm driving, I have a really bad habit of putting my phone
next on your thigh or in between?
In between my legs. And bitch, I have balls, gear. So like I get scared if I get like, testicular cancer.
Your balls removed.
I don't give a fuck. I have a really bad habit of doing that, so I always just put it on the side. I've experienced one time where I had my phone under my pillow and I woke up with my fucking pillow almost burnt.
No.
Like it was so hot, dude. It was so hot.
Fuck?
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
That's crazy. Okay, I need to stop doing that then because, girl, I'm not trying to die in my sleep, okay? I'm not trying to burn my house on fire.
Maybe you should put it on an aux so that you can hear your alarm and then put like headphones on.
Maybe. Bitch, imagine. But you know what? Sometimes I'd be sleeping so crazy that my bonnet be coming off by the end of the night.
I believe it.
Like, bitch. Even the other time when I actually ended up sleeping over at their house and I had a late shift that day, I actually had a shift.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you.
I had the shift that night. Hold on, let me tell them. I had to wake up at 2:00 in the morning, right, to go to my shift. I did that. I went back home, grabbed my tilichi, and then I came back to Alan's and Danny's house. We went to Hemet to go help out Martita, which we'll get to in a little bit of how that went. And then that night when we came back, I was just so exhausted that Danny was like, hey, you know what? It's okay. Just sleep over. And so I did. And I get a call at 2:00 in the morning from Alan. And he's like, hey, are you okay? What's going on? And mind you, I was half knocked out still. And I was like, I'm sleeping. What happened? He was like, bitch, you're loud. Like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And then I think we just ended up hanging up. And then in the morning, that's when you guys were telling me that I was like snoring hella loud, that I was talking in my sleep.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you that.
What exactly happened? I'm confused.
When we were already going to sleep, and then I hate having loud volume in the room, like when it's super late at night, because like I feel like I can't stimulate myself that I need to fall asleep.
Right.
But then I started hearing like a full-on blown conversation, and then Alan's music on the other side on his phone, and I was like, is somebody here? Like, is somebody outside? Like, is the neighbors talking loud, or is the TV on or something?
Right.
And I told Alan, I was like, babe, turn off your phone, and he turns it off, and we still hear it loud. And
but what were you hearing? Like, was it?
We just heard mumbling.
Okay.
So then I was like, mood. I was like, what the fuck? I start getting up and I start going to open the door, and then the first thing I hear is.
No.
And then I was like, what the fuck is that? So I got scared. So then I start walking out and I turn on the lights, and then I hear, I'll get you your package right now. I'll get you your package.
No.
Like, what? I was like, baby, it's Irma snoring. She's like, your package. I was like, what the fuck? So then that's why Alan was like, are you okay? Because, girl, you started having like a full-on blown panic attack about a package.
What the fuck? Oh, damn, episode got me stressed here. What the fuck?
You really took that role seriously.
No, I really did. Even in my sleep, I'm working. Bitch, no fucking way that loud. I'm so sorry.
No,
I don't
it's
intentionally
okay.
mean to. I don't mean to like wake you guys,
But we were like, oh my God, dude, I think either she's on the phone or she really is sleep talking really loud.
Yeah, I honestly
and I can never hear you snore through like the thing. So I was like, yeah, like you're having a full eye. You were probably just having like a really loud dream.
I do remember that night having like a very vivid dream, but when when you wake up, you don't remember 95% of your dream,
yeah,
right?
I know.
So with that being said, dude, like when they told me that, I was like, what the fuck? And I still kind of don't believe that I talk in my sleep. But even when I sleep with Ashley even says it sometimes, like, bitch, you were talking in your sleep. You know what you should do?
There was a time where I was super embarrassed about like sleeping with Alan. I would be like, okay, let me see if I snore and let me see if I talk in my sleep. So you would
record?
No, there's a full-on app that stays open during your night. Yeah, during the night, and it records everything that you do. So maybe you should do that to see, because it also tells you what type of sleep it is. So like if you are not having like enough sleep, you can probably be like, oh shit, well, I gotta sleep. Yeah. And you're also, since you have your Apple Watch on now, it will track your sleep even more.
It did tell me that on the app that I was able to get at least in a deep sleep for like at least 2 hours until I actually had to wake up. And when I found out that you guys were telling me that I was like snoring and like talking in my sleep, I got to thinking that day, I was like, why was I talking in my sleep? And so I looked it up on Google, and it did say that if you don't have a proper sleeping schedule and if you are really exhausted, you're more bound to talk in your sleep as well. When they told me that, I was like, what the fuck?
No, dude, but Irma was really tired.
I
was
tired.
It was because since she was already having a shift from Amazon, and we ended up going to Martita's, but low-key, when we ended up going to Martita's to help her out with her candy store, if you guys don't know, Alan's mom has a little small business called Martita's Dulceria, which is super bomb. Son dulces enchilados.
Yes.
If you guys haven't tried them, please go to the TikTok shop. It's on my TikTok shop or on Irma's TikTok shop,
or in the link down below.
But we're super proud of her because she is hitting like a lot of orders. Yes. So me, Alan, and Irma decided that we were gonna go help her that day that Irma had that shift. And you guys, it was super fun.
It was really fun. I'm definitely gonna be booking some days with her to help her out, because when we were there packing the orders, it literally gave me throwback vibes. So when I was working in the warehouse, it made me think about missing warehouse work, and this just kind of like refreshed it. I was like, damn, I got this. Get them boxes ready, organizing all the boxes how it should be and everything. Like, honestly, it was just so much fun. We were all vibing. We were all making sure that everything's correct. We have to make sure the orders are right. It was just an amazing experience to have, that we're helping out literally our family.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just so proud of her. I'm just so happy for her. And just thank you guys so much for all the support that you guys have been giving Martita. Like, she literally fully deserves it. And you guys deserve also the appreciation from us as well. We'll be seeing her very soon. It's just because she has a bit of a drive out there and stuff. So I might have to spend the night over there and then come back the next day or something. But other than that, guys, like, it was just really, really fun.
But you guys, I just got some news, and I actually haven't told you about it, but I don't know how I feel just yet about the information that I got told. I feel like yesterday, that's why I was cleaning all day, was just kind of like to get my mind off of it. It's playoff time, and you know what that means. Time to spice things up with Prize Picks, the best daily fantasy platform out there. Irma, you've got that big football energy, right?
Claro que sí, Danny. I'm all about turning my hot takes into cold hard cash. With Prize Picks, it's so easy. All you do is pick more or less on player stats, like, will Lamar Jackson throw more than 250 passing yards? What do you think, Danny?
I'm saying more because Lamar's been on fire. And you know what else is on fire? Prize Picks Taco Tuesday promo, where they discount players' projection by 25%. You can't go wrong with that.
And don't forget the flex play feature. So even if one of your picks doesn't hit, you can still double your money. Prize Picks really looks out for their players.
Facts, and they make it easy to get your winnings fast, like 15 minutes fast. No waiting around, like when Irma decides what to eat for dinner.
Hi, Danny. Rude, but true. Anyways, here's the deal. Download the Prize Picks apps today and use code LTP to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's right, $50 guaranteed. Repeat that, Danny.
You heard her. Download the app now and use the code LTP to get $50 instantly after your first $5 lineup. So what are you waiting for? Prize Picks, run your game.
And run it like us, because we're always winning. Prize Picks, run your game.
Mind off of it. And yeah, it did kind of work. It did put me in a very sad position yesterday, but I just haven't actually sat down to process it. You guys already know that I have been very vocal about when I go to Mexico, my whole dream and my whole thing about going to Mexico, because I want to go see my grandma. I have nothing to do in Mexico to visit any type of family members or anything like that, besides, of course, my mom's brother. But my whole goal was to go to see my grandma's grave and to talk to her about, you know, just like my life. And I kind of wanted to close a chapter on that. I don't know what the universe is trying to tell me. I don't know what God is trying to tell me with this information. I just don't know where I am mentally, because I am getting so many signs from like the universe of what I need to do, but I'm very unsure about them. When things like this happen, I'm not the type of person to like blame people. I'm the type of person that is very very much like, okay, well, this happened. Why did it happen? Is it because the universe is trying to tell me to do this, or is it because I'm trying to do this, or what is the reason? You know, there's always a reason why the universe puts you in a certain position, or why God puts you in a certain position. But I had just had dinner with my mom, and we were just trying to find out where my grandma was buried so that we can go visit her, because I had no clue where she was buried. And if I had to get that information, I would have to talk to my dad's side of the family or my dad himself, and I didn't want to do that. It's very easy in Mexico to kind of find out where somebody is buried as long as you have their full name. And I had just found out that, I don't know if you do know this or anybody does know this, but in Mexico, I guess like because there's not a lot of room, that they give you like the grave site for every 7 years, and you pay for every 7 years. And this is all assumptions. I don't know. This is all from the information that is given to me. This is how I am trying to transcribe it. Okay. So it's been already like around 14 years. And since they bought it every 7 years, I guess the 14 years was last year. I'm thinking it was last year. I don't know, but I guess they like took her out and her burial isn't there anymore, and they cremated her. I just don't know how to feel about the information. I'm a little shaky still just talking about this because I have a lot of anxiety towards it. When I got told, it was just very much like I was trying to act a fool girl, like not trying to like take it seriously. But now that I do understand it, I don't know what to do, because I don't know if this is like a sign from God or anything to tell me that maybe I should just move on, or like I need to have some type of communication with my dad, because that's what she would have wanted. It's just a lot of things going through my mind right now, because it's just a lot of information that I got told. Things don't happen just like at a thing. There's a storyline to everything. There's always a beginning, middle, end. We just had talked about this on the last week's episode, or the week before, because this was very recent, that I had said that my dream was to go talk to my grandma and to close the book. Hopefully we get to go soon again, and we get to explore Mexico, because I'm really excited for it. My mom went on a mission also to find my grandma's burial. So I'm super excited about that, because I haven't seen my grandma's burial ever. I've only seen it in a couple blurry photos, and I feel like I just need a little bit of a closure ending to my chapter to my grandma. So I'm super excited to go see my grandma. When I say that I'm gonna go see my grandma, I feel like I'm literally physically gonna go see her and hug her. So like in my head, it breaks my heart, because I know that when I go over there, that's not the real thing. Like I'm just going over there to tell my grandma everything that has happened since she has passed away. I need that for closure for a chapter that I am fully closing soon. And what a coincidence that I just get told this information, like, oh bitch, you're not about to close this book, girl. Like this book is still very much open and there's plenty of pages. So like to me, it's very much like, what is God trying to tell me? What is the universe trying to tell me? What am I supposed to do? And I just don't know what I'm supposed to do just yet, because like I just got told this information, and you're just barely finding out, you know, you guys as well. So like it's just like a lot of emotions and a lot of anxiety that I have right now, that I'm trying to like cope with it. A lot of things have just been going on through my mind lately, and it's just maybe finally a point in my life where I didn't deal with it in the past, so now I have to deal with it now. But I just wanted to tell you, and of course tell the podcast, because it's very anxiety driven things, and I feel like when I talk to you guys about it, or like to you especially, I finally releases some type of energy or relief, that I'm like, okay, I said it, so then now what's next? What's the next step? I'm trying to accept it, and I'm trying to understand it. So let's move on, and let's see what else we gotta work with, because I have a lot of anxiety right now, and I just don't know how to deal with it, because that's why I was cleaning all day yesterday, and I did not stop, and my mind is still rolling about like trying to do something, so like I can't have a moment to think about it. But I know I will have a moment to think about it. So it's just like a lot of information that I got told.
Do you know any information about who has your grandma's? Nothing. So in this case, honestly, it does seem like you do have to get in communication with your dad's family.
We gotta see.
Because
we'll see what my therapist says.
No, literally. But the thing is, honestly, if I was in your position, I would want a piece of her, at least like in a jewelry piece, at least.
I know, but like in my mind, I don't have the efforts to fight for something.
But not right now, because
no. But like I think in general, I don't want to put myself in that position where I have to fight for something that I know that I don't need because I have my grandma close to me at all times. Yeah, of course it would feel good, but I also don't want to be putting myself in a position like, oh no, you need to give me like.
It's like that. You don't need that energy from your fat dad
I'd rather
side anymore.
save myself that energy.
That. Yeah, you already like
it's been years. That. Like I'm over it vibes. Yeah. Like I just want to move on.
It just I'm sorry, friend. Like
it's okay.
I know it's not my grandma or anything, but it just makes me sad because I know that.
Not Irma crying.
No, because I knew that. Hold on. It's just upsetting the fact
I know where you're going. I know where you're going. I don't think we need to have this conversation right now because I know I have thought about it yesterday all day. I didn't say it because I just didn't want to make myself cry. I know I had plans. Let's just say that. I know I had plans and well.
It is what it is. And as long as you have that closure with yourself and you still have your grandma close, then that's the important part about it.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna do something very memorable for her, and just instead of having to do all of that energy. Yes. But yeah, you guys, I'm hella fucking thirsty. I want to stop thinking about this. Oh my god! But let's move on to
sip of the week.
Now, you guys, last time, I don't know if I even told you this. I think I did tell you. I was like, I'm fucking craving boba. Yes. And perfect timing because Irma found boba in a can.
Literally, guys. I was a little skeptical about it just because, like, it's in a can. I can't see the pearls. I want to see the fucking pearls. But I did end up finding this at Browse. And it is a tea #1 bubble tea, and my flavor is a matcha green tea latte with tapioca pearls. Danny got
mine is a brown sugar with tapioca pearls tea. Ooh. That's the only thing. Hopefully I like it because it's tea.
I mean, honestly,
I'm very picky with tea.
I think you should still like it because
I like to talk tea, but not drink it.
That's true. I will say that this does have quite a bit of sugar, so I think it is still going to be pretty good.
Yeah, because it's boba. I always assume sugar has a lot of,
For sure. So the rules for this is you do have to serve it chilled and shake well before serving. Bitch, it's all pops on this again. Let's hope not. So let's open this baby up. And if you guys don't have your drinks now, get them now so we could try it together. And if you guys have tried these, let us know. Oh, it doesn't.
I was waiting for you to open it, but then it took long. So I was like, okay, let's see.
Cool.
Let's see how these smell.
Cheers.
I can't even smell it.
Oh, mine smells like matcha.
Mine doesn't even smell like anything.
It's caca. Oh, that's bomb matcha.
Oh, this is actually really fucking good.
That's some bomb ass matcha.
When do I get the little balls?
I know. I'm like, do I have to like swirl it?
I think we were supposed to dump it out so we could see the bolas, But it's all right.
Right.
Maybe they'll be better at the end.
They will be. They're all soaked up with the fucking flavoring and everything. But this does give very tea vibes.
Yeah, but it's actually pretty good.
It's very good. It's very delicious. So if you guys want to try these out, let us know.
You guys had a lot to say on last week's episode. And thank you guys so much again for commenting. We love it when you guys comment because we get to see opinions. We get to see your point of view. And we really do appreciate it. And we love you guys so much. But let's move on to the first comment.
This comment is from @Irene Sagittarius. If you haven't used an item or clothing for 1 year, get rid of it. I struggle with throwing away my clothes or even donating my clothes, and that is so true. I actually got to the point in my closet where all of the stuff that I haven't worn is all the way towards the back. So I know when I go into my closet, I'm gonna have to basically donate all of that clothes, even though it's clothes that I still love. And there's this particular dress that I know many of you guys don't like, but I love it, that I'm gonna have to get rid of because, girl, I haven't worn that dress in forever.
No, for real. I feel like sometimes I'm a hoarder when it comes to clothes, and I feel like Alan is also a hoarder when it comes to clothes. I'm not gonna say that I didn't grow up with not getting whatever I wanted because if I needed clothes, my mom would buy me clothes. If I needed shoes, my mom would buy me shoes. But I feel like now when we started knowing that we could start buying our own stuff, I feel like it started going all over to clothes, and we just kept buying and buying and buying and buying. But then we were like, oh no, we don't want to throw this out. But sometimes I also see it in a very Carrie Bradshaw type of thing. It's old season. We kind of have to throw it out. We would never wear this ever again. Like right now, I'm in a very new space when it comes to like my wardrobe. I am really enjoying like the black aesthetic, like the gray tones, even white. Like I'll wear white ever so often. That's really much what I've been doing, is trying to get rid of all of my colored clothes because I don't see myself wearing it anymore. I just don't like it. That's what me and Alan have been doing for like a couple of weeks now, has just been decluttering a lot of of clothes que ya no necesitamos, we will never wear again. We even had clothes of when Alan was a little bit bigger, when he was like a 42 in men. I was like, babe, we're gonna have to throw this out. And he's like, oh my God, yeah, we should.
It's not like anybody else is gonna like, because the thing is, you guys would get rid of the clothes, but like still leave it there just in case if anybody else wants to go through it. But realistically, by the time that somebody comes to the house and looks through the clothes, it's already weeks or a month.
Yeah, so I'm not down to wait for that. So I'm like, girl, I'm just gonna go get it donated and move on.
Agree. I will say though, I feel like hoarding starts off from my mom. I noticed that when, as mentioned, my uncle is trying to like renovate the house a little bit, like removing the tile. He just recently kind of like lifted up the cabinets. It was a whole fucking situation. Oh girl, don't even get me started. My sister was telling me, she's like, girl, she has so much shit that she doesn't even need in there. And I did help her with the spices cabinets. I personally took that job because I knew that she was going to try to keep everything. Spices that's been expired since fucking 2018, bitch. 2018. And mind you guys, you could still keep your spices after 3 to 4 years after they lose their potency. And there's certain ones, I think it's like polvos for like 2 or 3 years. Algo así, no se tienen que investigar ustedes. Ahí busquen. When I was going through all of this, I'm like, damn, mom, like, why the fuck do you have all of this? I threw out a whole fucking bag of pure spices, dude. So once I put everything back into the cabinet, dude, oh girl, it looks so nice and clean. You were able to see every spice because it's not all just like hoarded in there. And honestly, not only my mom, but my dad también. My mom has her hoarding like in the kitchen with pans, pots.
But him in the garage.
And my dad with his tools, bitch. My dad will do anything to fix a tool. Like, for example, if the tool is a cord and the cord and connection isn't working, he's gonna figure it out and make a new cord or something, bitch. He's gonna make up something. Or even if the rack that we already have in the garage, instead of getting rid of it, he will literally put more pieces together to make it more sturdy.
Oh,
like it just
cool.
I mean, it's cool, yeah, but it doesn't look like a rack anymore. It just looks like fucking pieces put it together just to keep it sturdy and everything. And just the shed también, there's just so much stuff in there that's like rusted and old. And I get it. My dad is like, yeah, I'm gonna need it. Yes, but like, girl, I got you a new fucking power tool to use so you could get rid of your old one. And he still keeps using the old one.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I feel like
we all have some type of hoarding
but
problems.
I will say that it comes from my parents. That's why I hoard so much, because I'm like, no, I'm gonna need it. I might need this. I might need that. Or even if I try to clean out stuff, my mom's gonna look through the stuff. She's like, oh wait, I'm gonna take this. Oh wait, I'm gonna take that. Oh wait, this is gonna be good for your sister. So it never even leaves the house. If anything, it's just they still stick in the house and everything, guys. So hoarding is a huge situation that I need to fucking figure out, and I need to figure that shit out with my parents too, because it is not helping. If anything, once we put the yarda, bitch, we're gonna put everything out there and hopefully it fucking sells out. Hoarding is not okay, guys.
But let's move on to the next comment. This one is from Kika562. A lingual I got off you, Irma, and Alan is not me talking to my boss and being like, he looked at me like, No, but for real though, like I feel like as once I start watching like one of my favorite content creators, se me pega algo, algo se me pega. And it's not, and I'm not trying to like make fun of them or anything. No. It's literally like just me trying to have a good time with them and understand them, because girl, like what else can we do? Like it's just fun.
It is fun, honestly. So I definitely get you on the like that's like my favorite part of our lingo kind of thing, that we kind of just like
say it randomly. Sometimes it looks like we're like dumb as fuck. Yeah, like I swear. I feel like sometimes when we're like going out with other content creators that don't do that and we start doing it, they start doing it, and I'm like, mood. I'm like, that's so fucking funny because it's so catchy.
It is.
That like then everyone starts doing it. But it's all fun and games. I feel like it's all funny.
But what lingo or like kind of acclamations? How do we even know? I don't know. Acclamation.
Aneurysms?
Aneurysms? I don't know what.
Mannerisms? Oh, mannerisms. Is it mannerisms?
I don't know. But do you guys have anything similar like that with your friends? Let us know in the comments below, because I'm curious.
But let's move on to the next comment.
This one's from @Jennifer de Aguero 4866. While listening, I started to clean as well. I'm just staying motivated and actually doing something instead of staring at the phone for hours and wasting your day by doing that. This episode was so fun to listen to. keep it up, guys. Oh my God, thank you so much. I just appreciate how you think that we're so funny.
No, because I feel like when you clean, you need to have like something in the background.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why. There was a while where I started cleaning my house and like I wouldn't put anything in the background. It was just silent.
Girl.
But I kind of like that because it was just like very like, wow, it's so silent, and the only thing that is making noise is just me. Now I've been doing it where I put music just so I can pass the time and I'm not so into my thoughts.
I feel like personally, I always try to put something in my background because if I don't, there's a convo going up in here without me noticing. Just letting y'all know. I'm crazy. But that's why I always need to have like at least music or at least like a show going on. But I noticed that if I have a TV show on, I get distracted.
Yeah, I love having TV shows, especially when I'm folding clothes because it makes it much more faster.
Oh, for sure. I prefer music, to be honest. I think you prefer more TV shows.
Yeah.
I just get too distracted.
Or a movie. I'm down for a whole ass movie.
A movie.
Because if I do a movie, I'm like, okay, I need to make sure that I finish this before the movie ends. So like it makes it much more faster. And I know how long the movie is because it's like 2 hours. So it's like I that's enough time for me to clean.
Yeah, okay.
But anyways, let's move on to the last comment. This one's from @Gemini Inc. LMAO, the homewrecker stories remind me of a time my close friend started dating the boy I liked a lot and she knew. I was so hurt and mad by both of them, so I somehow ended up at his house since he invited me over to talk. He knew I liked him too and I left him a hickey. She saw him the next day at school. Let's just say we stopped being friends and I became the most hated. I don't give a fuck though because I got my lick back.
Period, bitch.
Period, poop.
That wasn't a true friend though. If a friend knew that you liked the guy and she goes for that guy, that ain't a friend, honey. Honestly.
Why are you talking about me like that?
I mean, were you trying to come at my guy?
No, because that's what I talked about on last week's episode.
Wait, what do you mean?
She's literally coming for me. I did that to one of my friends.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's not a friend. It's true.
I know.
So you're a bad friend.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
I know.
I'm kidding. That was so horrible of me.
But I got my karma and that's okay.
No.
You live and you learn.
No, for sure. You live and you learn. But I feel like you did your part at least. You got your little revenge on your friend. And that person was just not meant to be in your life. And if this was the way that you guys had to split up, then girl, let it be. And guess what? You're living happily now and you're living life and maybe with somebody better than who you were going to get stuck with, to be honest.
But you guys, talking about messy, I feel like high school in our era, I don't know how it is now in high school because I don't really hear about it as much, not even from our siblings or anything like that.
Also, they're still not in high school, only Gabriel.
But the thing that we're about to talk about started even in elementary school.
Right.
So like it should have been already been known because your sister, my brother, and Alan's nephew are already about to be in high school.
That's
so we would have already known about it. But do you guys remember Slap Ass Friday? And the only reason why I'm talking about it is because I saw that Tara Yummy was on a podcast and she was talking about Slap Ass Friday and how she was pretty much talking about how we were getting sexually assaulted.
It's okay. At my middle school, they had Slap Ass Friday. I'm like, that's assault.
What is Slap Ass Friday?
Yeah, it was horrible. I don't know why these things existed.
It was
When
just
I was
like slap your ass?
no, like guys would come and like slap girls' asses. It's
Oh my
horrible.
God.
That's assault. That's battery.
Sexual Assault Friday sounds insane.
As kids.
Literally.
With each other.
And I do remember that very vividly because I had something happen to me that was crazy to think about. And of course, I learned my lesson and I never did it again. I feel like that's because I wasn't really much, not from like my mom's side, because my mom was very good at talking to me about, oh, don't let anybody touch your private part or don't let anybody touch your, your private areas. Yeah. I don't know what it was during like the kid era that I just made it okay. Yeah. Of course, it's not okay when you start thinking about it now. But when I was younger, Slap Ass Friday was a thing. And Slap Ass Friday, pretty much on Fridays, you would get your ass slapped. As much as they would do it to me, of course, I would do it to the people that would do it to me. We were just kind of like getting our revenge. Like if you slap my ass, I'm gonna slap your ass back because you know, revenge.
Yeah.
And it would only happen on Fridays. And at the time in elementary school, I had a lot of girl friends that would participate in Slap Ass Friday as well. They would slap my ass and same vice versa. I would do it as well. So the story goes like this. It was a full day of school. That day we had to go to the library because we had for English like our reading sessions. It was Friday, obviously, and one of my girlfriends goes up to me and literally slaps me. And I was like, man, I was like, like, what the fuck? I knew that we were around the teacher, so I didn't really feel comfortable with doing because I didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
She would continuously do it during the time that we were like looking for our books. And then she kept slapping me even with the ruler. To me, we were all playing a game. Like it was at the time in our heads.
It's a game.
It's a game, The whole school day went about and we were going to recess. Of course, I was trying to get my leg back. So I slapped her ass too. I get anxiety just like from talking about this because like now thinking about it, it's like I was a little kid, like yo no sabía. And like for them to put me in that position was very traumatizing for me. And I understood that I shouldn't have done that, but I feel like because since I was a boy, I got targeted even more as like how it was. And I guess I caught her in a bad moment or whatever, and she freaked the fuck out, like randomly. And she's like, oh my God, like I fucking don't want you guys to do that shit anymore. No, I'ma fucking go tell on you. And I knew that if I got told on that like my mom was gonna come and like I just didn't want to have a whole thing.
But that's fucked up though, because like girls, you would just slap my ass.
Like yeah, exactly. So like I got caught really off guard and I got nervous and I started like freaking out and I was like, no, don't go tell. Like me being a whole ass like fucking fourth grader, I'm like, no, don't go tell. She's like, no, like I can't believe you did this. Like I'm so tired of this. And I was like, Mood, what the fuck? So she went and goes and talks to the supervisor. And she's talking to the supervisor for a while, and I see that the supervisor takes her to the principal's office. As soon as she goes to the principal's office, I didn't know anything of it. Then in the middle of the class, I got called from the supervisors. So the supervisors are literally like escorting me to downstairs to the principal's office, and the cops are there.
No.
Yes, dude. Then I go into the principal's office. She's like, okay, so we have this student. She's telling us that you sexually assaulted her. And I go, what does that mean? And she's like, that you put your hands on her private area. And I was like, I didn't touch her private area. And she's like, oh, but that you slapped her on the butt. And I was like, yeah. I was like, it's a game that we all play. It's called Slap Ass Friday. She's like, but you guys are not supposed to be doing that. And I was like, yeah, but she did it to me. She's like, yeah, her parents are here and we have to call your parents because this is a very serious matter. With the whole cops being there.
Oh my God.
Bitch, and tell me why. I guess they were having a conversation with like the people and they were like, they don't know if they want to press charges. And I was like, bitch, I'm a whole ass child. How are you telling me about this when she literally just did that to me? And I literally told her vocally, I was like, she did it to me first. She's like,
and
yeah,
not
but
only
because
once,
she was
but multiple times.
And she did it with the ruler.
Yes.
So like I was like, girl, like if I really wanted to, I could have done that first. But I didn't because we were all playing a game. I'm sorry that I caught you at a wrong time.
If you didn't want to get slapped in the ass, don't be slapping other people's asses.
Yeah, so like I was confused. I got really triggered and of course I had to apologize to her. I couldn't do anything about it because I feel like as soon as they saw that I was like a boy, that I did that to a girl, they were like, nope. Their assumptions were quick. I feel like that's what made me feel super uncomfortable. After that, I never did it again. There were some friends that didn't really know much about it and they were continuing. I was like, can you guys just stop? I was like, it makes me feel uncomfortable because I just didn't want to put myself in that position again. That girl from then on out, she would try to be friends with me, but I'm like, girl, you literally told on me. The cops were literally inside of the office. I was about to get press charged on. Like at the moment, I didn't know what that meant. They tried to scare me and they were like, oh, this could be on your record. You could be like a sexual offender. Dude, but like, it's like, dude, I'm a whole ass child. I had my mom tell me like, okay, don't let anybody touch your like private area, but it sounds like a game. As a kid, it's a game.
It's a game. You're not thinking anything negative about it.
Yeah. And everyone's playing around. It was just me that I caught like the same person that did it to me at the wrong time. Or maybe somebody made her feel uncomfortable before me. I was just the one that kind of was like triggered the most out of it. It's not even about that. It was just like, I feel like I got targeted because since I was a male, like they were like, oh, well, you can't get sexually assaulted. You know what I mean?
Now I feel like people understand now that men could be sexually assaulted as well. But back then in the days, society
they wouldn't believe me.
They wouldn't believe men.
Well, not only that, I even had an incident. This is a really quick incident. There was this incident one time where me and my cousin, we were close. I hadn't came out yet, and we were chill. It was very noticeable that I was gay. Like I just didn't come out to my cousins or anything like that. But point was that she had taken my phone just to play around and I would be like, give me my phone. And I grabbed her from like the back, like hugging her like that. And I was trying to like be like, give me my phone. My aunt came in and she assumed the worst. And she made me feel super uncomfortable. She's like, Daniel, salte de aquí. I was like, what the fuck? I wasn't doing anything. I was like, she has my phone. She said, pero ¿por qué le estás haciendo eso? Because she has my phone.
Girl.
And she made me feel so uncomfortable. Like if I was trying to like do something to her daughter, to my cousin, girl, please. And that's just like an example, because I'm not saying that if they would have known that I was gay, it would have been okay. They assumed the worst because I was a man.
Yeah.
They thought I was doing something because I was a man. And I understand the things that go on in women's minds when it comes to men, because of course you can't trust any type of man. And I completely understand
for
you.
sure.
But it's like always listen to the both sides, because uno nunca sabe. Like it
What
just
exactly
you don't
is
know.
going
Maybe
on.
I sound stupid because like maybe I am a man, but I feel like that's what made me feel uncomfortable. You know, it was just an incident that I had from Slap Ass Friday, and I'm so glad that fucking trend or that thing doesn't happen anymore.
Yes, because I do recall like teachers now saying I think in assemblies, or they actually had like a meeting or something, and they were like, so there's this game going on around and it needs to stop, that it's not okay. Because aside from Slap Ass Friday, guys, do you guys remember credit card as well?
Oh,
when they would
yeah.
literally swipe your bass crack? Like, dude, a ver si lo huelía, si huelía cuya caca o algo, no sé.
No, but
dude.
that's crazy though,
No,
dude. I
yeah.
can't believe all of that happened because like
it was just so normal.
we were
like,
sexually assaulting each other left and right, girl.
Dude, scooping each other's titties too.
Yes, I remember that.
I would be a huge victim of the fucking tits, bitch, because I had a big ass badonkadonk. So like everybody would be coming at me and everything. I'm just like, bro, stop.
My titties are
titties are hurting. They're bruised.
No, but that's so crazy. Something that I would tell like Noah now, or even like Gabriel, I would definitely tell them like, hey, if you guys play those games, there could be
careful,
very
yeah.
serious consequences, because some people you could just find them, like in my instance, like I just got her at the wrong moment, and I completely understand where it was my wrongdoing of me doing that, but I just feel like I shouldn't have been the only one at fault when they did it as well.
They did it as well, and then also you guys weren't the only ones playing that game. The whole school.
Yeah, like if you wanted to
game.
really press charges on me, like press charges on the whole class.
Exactly.
Everyone was doing it to each other.
And you even mentioned to them like, hey, it's Slap Ass Friday. They should have been like, what do you mean Slap Ass Friday? Explain to us what that is.
Yeah.
But from the looks of it, they did
just
it.
went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Really, really, really quick. So unfortunately that did happen, and I doubt that's still going on in schools nowadays, honestly. What do you guys do now in schools besides Slap Ass Friday? What's like the new trends going on?
That's not considered sexual assault.
Literally, dude, no, honestly.
Like slap your friend in the face day.
Bitch, imagine fucking each other up, bitch. Fight of the day.
Oh,
Fight Fridays.
remember when people used to do the yaga?
Yaga. Dude, literally. I stopped wearing ponytails because of that, bitch.
I used to do that a lot too.
My dad would always put ponytails in my hair, dude, and I would always take them out.
I would always be like really good friends with like a lot of the supervisors and a lot of the teachers. So like I can dress however I wanted. So when I would wear hats, I would wear them backwards because I didn't want to do my hair.
Yeah.
So instead of them pulling my hair, they would pull my hair and go, yaga. I would fucking hate that. I hate that. I hate
That's
people
so
like that.
stupid. Well,
you're like, nah, I'm going to do that to you.
Literally, I'm going to fucking flick the hat off your head right now.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. I know that I fucking confessed another crime on camera.
Bitch, but it wasn't an intentional one. So if you guys understand, you guys understand. If you don't, get the fuck out.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode as much as we did. Go ahead and comment down below what we should talk about next, your favorite drink, o lo que estás haciendo, amiga, so we can read them in next week's comments. Come back up, click that like button and that subscribe button. And don't forget to follow us at all of our social medias at Call Me Danny.
At XO. And also don't forget to follow the TikTok and Instagram of Let's Talk Pendejadas. And don't think we forgot our positive affirmation.
Now, this week is believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there's something inside you that is greater than any obstacle.
Oh, my soul, my dignity.
I don't have a soul, so I can't feel anything.
So you did sell your soul, huh?
I did. I sold my soul for this podcast.
Period. Me too.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.